Okay guys, what you're looking at is a B and C pillar trim panel for our GC8 coupes. This sucker is really rare, really hard to find because they obviously only come with a two-door coupes. It's a totally different design for the sedans and the wagons. So this sucker, I'm getting ready to install. I flip it around and lo and behold, I'm missing one of these clips. The metal clip that goes over that little plastic little tab.
This is my little SubaruONLY shop. It's a DIY Subaru channel. It's a channel where all I do is Subaru builds and race Subaru vehicles in motorsport events. It's a DIY themed channel where I walk you guys through the steps to get your Subarus back on the road and hopefully do a little racing of your own. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it.
The rear layout for these trim panels, they actually have these little plastic, little kind of reinforcement mounting points with these metal clips that get installed on them. And I have, well, I got one right there broken. That's really annoying. That's the only one on both of these that's broken. So I got one broken little clip right there. I got a good one down there, right there, right there, right there. So it's got quite a few of these little clips on these little plastic mounting tabs. And then it actually has these yellow, like snapping clips as well. Those clips are used all over Subarus. So it has three of these, one right there, and one down there. And all of those and the plastic kind of reinforcement tabs are in good condition. The only thing on this trim panel missing is this tab is broken off. And down here on the bottom, I'm actually missing the metal clip that goes over that little plastic little tab. So I need to get one metal clip for this guy, and I gotta figure out if I'm just gonna leave this one broken off or if I'm gonna figure out a different solution to hold this little guy in who's broken off. That's the passenger side, or here in the US, I guess that's the right side. That goes in the rear. And then the other one, and then this is the B and C pillar trim panel for the driver's side, or here in the US, the left side. And if I flip this one around, you can kind of see here. All right, there we go. Here's the back side of that driver's side panel. As you can see, it's got those three yellow clips right there. All those are in good condition. And then of course, it's got the same plastic tabs with these little metal clips right here and right here. And I'm actually missing one metal clip on this one as well, right here. So I'm missing two metal clips all in all. And I'm gonna go grab those from the junkyard today from a sedan trim panel, because those metal clips are actually on all the GCs. So if you can get a trim panel from a sedan or a coupe, you should be able to find those metal clips that you could use on any style trim panel. And that is what the plan is for today. Okay, in addition to the little metal clip that I need for that plastic trim panel, I also actually need the bracket for this airbag ECU harness and sensor. Basically, the front sensors are these guys right here. And these little sensors bolt up to a bracket. And I actually left it on the car that I stripped this airbag sensor, harness, and ECU from. So I'm gonna head back to the junkyard, grab those little brackets. They're really small. They should only take me 5 minutes to grab. And that way I can install these sensors in my GC8. So that's the second item that I need to grab from this junkyard. All right guys, I'm here at the Oakland Salvage Yard. It's a pick-up pole. I actually found a Forester, a first-gen Forester. It's a 98 through 02. It has a headliner already removed. It actually has those clips that I need right here exposed in the rear door. So I'm not gonna have to rip anything down or spend any time messing around with removing a headliner. This is right here, ready to go. So check it out. These are the clips I need for that B and C pillar interior trim piece from our 98 RS. Check it out, it's right here. So this is that little clip I need for my trim piece. As you can see, it actually clips down over the plastic little tang. It acts as like a secondary clip that clips into the little holder in the roof. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this sucker right now. And I think the way you remove these, you just kind of get a screwdriver under here and pry them out just a little bit to get them to loosen up. But you don't want to actually bend any of these tangs or anything. I just want to pop it out, just to kind of get it over that lip. There we go. So that's a little plastic, little kind of barb that you need to move it off of. And this is what these little suckers look like when you get it off. And I need to get actually 2 or 3 of these things. I'll grab 3 or 4 of them so I just have some extras for my Subaru specific little parts organizer.
Okay guys, this red 98 Impreza hatchback is actually still here. This is the one that I got the airbag, ECU, sensors, and wiring harness off of. And this is the one where I left those brackets on. So I'm gonna grab them, they're still here. Of course they're still here, who would ever need those brackets? They're super random. Okay, I'll show you guys where these brackets are real fast and give you a quick overview before I grab them. For those of you guys who didn't see the other video, this is that 98 hatchback, 98 Impreza. And this is the front of it, give you kind of a front view. Pretty damaged. This one I actually pulled the headlights out of as well. And the brackets for those sensors are actually right here underneath the bumper. And this is the bracket I need. So this is a bracket on the driver's side. All I need to do is unbolt this bolt right here. It's actually one bolt to unbolt the sucker and take with me. That'll be super duper easy. And on this side, walking over here to the passenger side, yep, still here. This one as well. And it looks like this one, this has one bolt right there also. So one bolt for this bracket. All right, got that sucker loosened. I might as well show you guys taking this off. What the hell? You guys are joining me on this little journey to the junkyard. So you guys can join me on taking this sucker off. Fuck it. Don't overthink it, right? All right, there you go. Bracket number one, driver's side bracket. All right, and bam, got both brackets off. I am ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, and that is the second bracket that I needed. So I'm gonna cruise the junkyard, make sure there's nothing else of any value here, anything kind of cool that popped up. But otherwise, I'm gonna take these to the front desk, see how much they charge me for them, and I'll let you guys know when I throw them in the car. All right, guys, walking through the junkyard here, just kind of roaming the aisles, and I ran into this right here behind me. This is a first-gen Legacy in white, the sedan, the four-door sedan, is what the rally cars were. This, guys, is a pretty cool find and not something you see every day in the junkyard. So let me give you a little tour of this sucker. Bam, first-gen Legacy. A lot of the trim pieces are still in this car. All this noise on the outside, forgive that. You can see where the crash was. They probably totaled this sucker. Took a hard hit to the back. Quite a few pieces in the trunk available. I'm actually curious if this little panel might fit in my GC, because it's about the same spare tire carrier area, and this is kind of a cool little factory compartment to store stuff, to store tools and shit, and different kind of miscellaneous stuff in your trunk. So I might grab that and find out if they charge for it. And then also, I actually noticed, guys, I was just kind of cruising on some of the Facebook sites. I'm a part of this Facebook group that's like First Gen Legacies group. And I swear, I'm pretty sure this morning, there was literally a guy this morning looking from these rear Legacy kind of trim panels, exterior trim panels, or I guess bumper light panels, I guess. I don't know what you call them, but they actually have some lights in them right here and on the other side. And this one is in pretty damn good condition. So I can kind of unscrew it in the back right there and remove this. Maybe if the nuts aren't seized or anything, I might grab this panel as well and see how much these guys charge me at this junkyard. This guy is actually a pretty rare car to see here at the junkyard. Let me go ahead and give you a tour of the inside real fast. Only the real diehards will appreciate this car. Blue interior. I actually have this exact same car with a manual 5-speed, which is pretty damn cool. And I was missing a couple of trim pieces on the inside. Would have been nice to find this car, but automatic, as you can see. The full gauge clusters in here. Obviously, this is not a turbo. You would have had the like louver in the front, and I would have the 2.2 engine, which I actually looked at just to verify already. So pretty clean interior. So that is like the random kind of bonus find of the day. The junkyard bonus find, guys. First Gen Legacy. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take this rear factory trim piece. I've actually taken out a lot of the little castle nuts to start with, but to remove this sucker, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little walkthrough. Basically, this thing's gonna have a bunch of these little, let me find right here, these little studs right here. There's a bunch right here. I'll kind of pan back, you can see where it is. There's one right here, and then there's some up inside these little holes right here, like that one. So you gotta remove like, you know, like 12 of these suckers. Here's actually the last one right here. I'll remove with you guys. So you remove these like little acorn nuts is what they're actually called. I call it a castle nut, but technically these are acorn nuts. You remove these like little captured acorn nuts. They prevent moisture from getting in the threads, or they kind of help it. And like I said, there's probably like 12 or 16 of these suckers. There's a bunch of them. Go ahead and keep those, don't lose those. And then this sucker should be able to be popped out, although you're still gonna have the plugs connected to the lights. And actually, let me see if I can remove those plugs from lights right now. So basically, to remove these bulbs from the housings, you can kind of just like twist them counterclockwise and then pull the bulbs out. And then the panel should come out. So go ahead. This one, you kind of twist it counterclockwise, like that.
and then it should pop out like that. There you go. So bulb's out now. Boom, like that. And now I think this panel can be removed. I need like a third set of hands, guys, because I can't do this with two hands. Let's see, I think this sucker should be able to come out now. There we go. Like that. Okay, I still have the plug right here. So I need to disconnect this harness plug right here as well. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you where you can actually remove this plug. You might be inclined to just use your dikes and cut it, but don't do that. This is actually a little clip, a little kind of like harness plastic clip that's holding in the body. So just kind of depress these little tangs and get this little clip out like that, and pull the wiring harness down. You can see there's actually a plug right here you can disconnect. To disconnect this little plug, boom, like that. That's really easy to do. Basically, to remove this sucker, you just push this little tab down like that, pop it out, and now that harness can be taken out with that trim panel, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, there we go. Got it. Boom. All right, guys, got this beautiful vintage first-gen legacy trim panel from the salvage yard. I'm telling you, these guys probably go for a pretty penny on eBay. I'm really curious to see how much that they want for this at the front desk. All right, guys, legacy trim panel and the rear. Oh, this thing's big. Get this thing back here a little more. This factory tool tray that basically kind of lifts up, has a little snapping mechanism, and lifts up. Got a bunch of storage compartments. Kind of cool. Not too sure if it's going to fit the GC chassis, factory OEM for the legacy chassis. So let's see if it fits. I'm really curious. This is kind of a cool little piece. And of course, we got that factory rear legacy trim panel in really good condition. And of course, you can polish these up with that headlight lens restore. All right, bam. How much I pay for these suckers? Looks like I paid $6.99 for the spare tire cover. So $6.99 for this sucker, factory OEM spare tire cover in like mint condition, frankly, pretty sweet. And I paid $16.99 for that brake light third high mount. Well, that's what they called it. So pretty much 17 bucks for this first gen legacy rear trim panel and $7 for this spare tire carrier tool compartment. Not a bad deal. Pretty stoked on this pick apart pull for the day. And of course, I also got those little clips I needed in those brackets. Yeah guys, these brackets ended up in my tool bag. So sorry we didn't get a price for these. I'm pretty sure these would have been $3 to $5 each. But I kind of forgot about them, quote unquote, in my tool bag. And so those were another bonus for using salvage part yards. All right, guys, out of here. Heading back to the house. And we're back. All right, guys, let's see if this little kind of spare tire tool tray from that first gen legacy fits an RS. I don't know, maybe some of you guys already know the answer to this question, but I am about to find out. So here's that tool tray again. I haven't cleaned it, obviously. It's still filthy as it came from the junkyard. First of all, let's see if it fits. Of course, I already have my carpet, the new OEM carpet I recently bought. Okay, so this is the factory setup. These are really common to get warped and damaged over the years in the back of a trunk of a car. So having a new OEM one of these is really nice and kind of a restoration RS. And this is that factory OEM carpet as well. Another item that, you know, you might not be able to get much longer. So factory OEM carpet, trim panel for the trunk, and we'll see if this thing fits right now. Very curious. Let's see. Whoa. No, it definitely doesn't fit. Maybe if you did a little trimming or something, it'd fit, but the official word on whether or not this legacy spare tire toolkit carrier cover fits our GCs is no. A resounding no, unfortunately. That's kind of too bad. All right, guys. Well, that's a bummer. But it's good to know, future reference. And then the other part I got is this trim panel, which is filthy right now, but it's looking legit. This legacy kind of rear trim panel, first gen legacy rear trim panel. I'm I'm gonna clean this up, check it out on eBay, see how much these things are going for on eBay. I think I mentioned earlier in the video, I was actually cruising on my First Gen Legacy Facebook group this morning, and I swear there was actually a guy looking for one of these this morning. So I'm gonna clean this thing up, maybe apply a little bit of lens polish, because this is plastic lens. So anytime you have plastic lens, you can apply that headlight lens polishing compound and actually make these things look really, really, really clean. That's the find for the day at the junkyard. I also got the clip, so, oh yeah, that's right. What am I doing? Forgetting about the main reason I even went to the junkyard. Those are in this tool bag. So let's see the clips for this B and C pillar. All right. What did I get here? What are some of these clips? Of course, these are the plates, the sensors. I've already talked about that like a million times in this video. Both of them, 1 and 2. Bam. That is why you go into the junkyard, guys. You get all these OEM clips and fasteners and plastic little clips and, oh man, all the parts you'd ever need right there. Boom. Okay, so let's grab 2 of these. The headliner. This is a piece I was missing from my trim panel. Let's flip this sucker around. Are these exactly the same? Yes, I think they are. They're definitely exactly the same. They just look a little bit newer. And that one is the one I'm missing. Basically, the way these things work is they have these little tangs on the inside. I'll kind of turn it so you can see those little tangs. Those little tangs are what you actually need to bite in to hold it in. So you flip that sucker around, put it on like that. Let me see if I can get this camera in there. And those suckers should lock in place. Okay guys, and that's what it should look like fully clipped in place. Those little curved bottom pieces of that metal clip should snap and be in that little recessed slot area right there. And this, guys, is now all the way in. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up there for today. Thanks so much for joining my little junkyard trip to go pick up some missing trim pieces for those B-pillar, C-pillar interior trim panels and pick up those brackets for those airbag sensors. It was a good trip. I found some awesome extra first-gen Legacy parts. I'm now ready to install all my trim panels and move on with the interior restoration of my 98 RS, and I hope you guys will continue watching as I complete that restoration. Thanks a lot for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or any comments, please go ahead and leave them in the comment section. If you guys need any parts or any fluid or any maintenance stuff for your Subaru, please check out my SubaruONLY Amazon store, and you can see the link in the description below. Thanks so much for checking out the video. My name's Luke. You've been watching the SubaruONLY channel. Until next time, guys, later.